Hello student, today we are going to start with chapter number 7, Weather, Climate and Adaptations of Animal to the Climate. So let's start with the introduction. Weather and climate. Weather and climate have a great impact on our daily life. Now, weather and climate determines the types of clothes we wear, the mode of transport we use, the type of food we grow and eat, etc. We all know that if it is cold, then we wear sweaters. If it is summer, then we wear cotton clothes. So, according to the weather and the climate, we wear and use that type of cloth and that type of food. If it is summer, we like cold thing. If it is winter, then we like hot things. So according to the climate and weather, we decide to wear what type of clothes we wear, what type of food we eat. All living organisms are adapted to the survive in the climate conditions of their natural habit. Now, what is weather? The day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. is called weather at that place. So first we will learn what is weather. According to the weather, we know what is the temperature, मतलब कि तापमान कितना है, it is 30 degrees, it is 40 degrees, what is humidity, what is rainfall, wind, speed, etc. That is called weather. Temperature, humidity, rainfall, snowfall, wind speed, etc. are also called the elements of the weathers. What are the elements of the weathers? The element of the weathers are rainfall, humidity, temperature, snowfall, wind speed, etc. Now, the weather at the place change every day. Sometimes it is more warm, more humid, more cloudy or more windy. Sometimes it is less warm, less humid, less cloudy or less windy. It may have rain for an hour in the morning and then it becomes sunny and clear right after that. So weather is changing at every time. At morning it may be cool, but in afternoon the climate will be very hot, and in evening maybe it is very cool. So climate change at every hour. Sometimes we get rain at after 1 hour there is a hot. So climate change constantly. Weather. What is meteorology? Meteorological department of the government collects the data on the temperature, humidity, wind, etc. and makes the weather prediction. What is meteorology? Meteorology is a people who studies about the weather or the climate. According to that study of this atmosphere, they will say, even in your Google you will see, you will get the temperature of last 7 days. So this meteorology people understand the atmosphere, and you get that today is going to rain or not, today is how much hot or what is the temperature. So everything is been studied, and this study is also called meteorology. Now, meteorology is an interdisciplinary scientific study of the atmosphere. A meteorologist is a person who studies the weather. One who studies the weather is called meteorologist. Weather experts use computer technologies and data for earth stations and satellites to predict the weather. How they will know that weather is this? There is a satellite, and according to the satellite they will understand the weather. Now this is the weather report of 7 days. Even in your smartphone, if you go to the weather, you will see all the temperature for last 7 days. Today is 28 degree temperature, then 27, 26, 29, 25, 27. Now change in the weather. Generally the weather is not same in the 2 days, and there is lot of change in weather over a week and a month. All the change in weather is caused by sun. From the weather report of a newspaper records the information in the table below. Here you can see the weather. Here you have to write the maximum temperature, the minimum temperature, the maximum humidity, the minimum humidity and rainfall in mm. So every day there is a change in the temperature. So we have to write the maximum temperature, the minimum temperature, the maximum humidity, the minimum humidity, and what is the rainfall. Now what is temperature? Temperature is a measure of the degree of the hotness and the coldness of the object. We have already learned what is temperature. In the temperature we can come to know how to measure the degree of hotness and the coldness of the object. The maximum temperature of the day occurs in the afternoon as the earth gets heated by the sun. At the night and the sun rays do not fall at that place, it is cooled down, thereby bringing down the temperature. Now we know that at the afternoon it is very hot, and in the night there is no sun ray, so in the night it is cool. So the temperature is bring down. Minimum temperature occurs early in the morning. सबसे कम temperature, very less temperature is always in the early morning. Special thermometers are used and are called maximum and minimum thermometers. There are also special thermometers that are used for maximum and minimum thermometers. Now what is humidity? Humidity refers to amount of water vapor present in the air. जो एयर के अंदर जो वाटर वेपर्स होती है वो कितनी है, that is known as humidity. Humidity indicates the likelihood of the precipitations. A device is used to measure a humidity. It is also called hygrometers. Humidity is also measured using a remotely placed satellite. Here you can see how is humidity measured in the air, or what amount of air or water vapors are present in the air. Now rain. What is rain? The greater the humidity, the more chances of the rain. अगर humidity ज़्यादा है तो ज़्यादा बारिश होगी. Rainfall is measured by the instrument called a rain gauge. Rain gauge is basically measuring cycle with a funnel on a top to collect the water. कहीं भी जाके थोड़ा वाटर एक ग्लास या एक फनल रख दो और फिर जितना पानी उसमें कलेक्ट होगा, हियर यू कैन सी द डाउन, and the water gets collect in that funnel, then according to that you can measure how much amount of rain is fall. In India, rain is mainly brought by the two kind of humidity laden winds. There are the southwest monsoon. The southwest monsoons are generally from June to September, which brings heavy rain in the most part of the country. The northeast morning, that is November to the March, which brings relatively lighter rain. We get two types of rain. Sometimes we get heavy rain. The heavy rains generally lies in June to September month, and the lighter part of rain, it is from November to March. Now coldness, cloudiness and winds. What is cloudiness? जब बादल बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं ना in the sky, when there is too much of clouds on the sky, then it is known as cloudiness. And wind means pavan, hawa. The cloudiness is a full of cloudy sky having little or no sunshine. It is cloudy but rainless day. And wind, a wind is a horizontal movement of the air. A wind is named after the direction from which the wind is come. How we will know wind? The wind is named from which direction the wind is come. If the wind is come from the northern side, then it is called northern wind. If it come from south side, then it is called southern. From whichever direction, east, west, the direction the wind come, according to the name of the wind is given. Now the precipitations and the wind. The precipitations of any products of a condensation of the atmospheric water vapor that falls under the gravity. The main precipitations include dew मतलब के ओस, then mist मतलब के कोहरा, then we have fogs, then rain, then hail, then snow, then drizzles, and slit and globs. There are different type. कहीं बार धुआं होता है, कहीं बार कोहरा होता है, या sometimes we get drizzle, थोड़ी पानी की बारिश होती है. So all types of conditions we get. Atmospheric pressure. What is atmospheric pressure? The atmospheric pressure is defined as a force per unit area exerted against a surface by the weight of the air above the surface. The falling of atmospheric pressures indicate an approaching storm. A rising of atmospheric pressures indicates on the clear sky. A barometer is a scientific instrument used in a meteorology to measure the atmospheric pressure. So how we measure an atmospheric pressure and how we know what is atmospheric pressure. Now climate zone of India. How the climate zone are divided in India? They are mainly divided in 4 climate zone. One is alpine zone, the subtropical zone, the tropical zone. The tropical zone there are 2 zones, tropical wet zone and tropical dry zone. And last is the arid zone. Now this is the climate zone of India. Here you can see the different climate zone. Sometimes some area are dry, in some area is there heavy rainfall, some are moderate. Alpine zone. Alpine zones can be experienced at high altitudes of Himalaya. जहाँ ज़्यादा ठंडी होती है और थ्रू आउट देर इज स्नो, that is called alpine zones. It is a type of a natural region that does not contain tree because it is high altitude, which is too cold and wind to support the tree growth. Indian states that lies in the alpine zone are जहाँ ठंड होता है in India, which part of India that comes in the alpine zones are Jammu and Kashmir because that is cold, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. These are the state in which there is cold or snow throughout the year. Subtropical zone. Subtropical zones are the region of the earth bordering on the tropic just north and the Tropic of Cancer or just south of the Tropic of Capricorn. In the subtropical zone, summers are hot, wet and winters are cold and dry. Rainfall is quite common. Subtropical zone are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Orissa, Bihar, West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh, where summers are very hot and winters are also cold and dry, and rainfall is quite common. Now tropical zone. Tropical zones are the part of the earth's surface between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The tropical wet monsoon zone, the average temperature normally does not fall 18 degrees and high than average and rainfall. Tropical wet zones are Kerala coast, Karnataka coast, Goa and northern part of Konkan coast and Andaman and Nicobar island. In a tropical dry monsoon zone, rainfall is not so common. Here the rainfall is not too much. This is the first part of your chapter number 7. Thank you.